somebody in your fantasy league beating you and screen grabbing the victory and sending it to everyone else in your league on a text exchange.
Yep.
And
I did not handle it well.
Well, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I mean.
I wouldn't either. And us discovering that you already have a short fuse when it comes to this individual anyway.
Yeah.
And that you actually don't mind spending all sorts of time with him when it comes down to it in a league with no time limits. Like this is, so you're not real.
Yeah.
And so part of the reason why I would think that, and I don't want to make things more awkward for you since we're, putting this out there now.
Well, and part of my blow up the other day, I told him to not talk to me again.
Well, and I don't blame you. So if he's already kind of grinding your gears and rubbing you the wrong way.
He had been this year, but
I totally understand why he would do that if he's the type of person to screen grab your loss in fantasy to him after his player in Lamar Jackson.
Right, I was up by 44.
Right, so it's a bad loss. It's a
the overtime
heartbreaking
touchdown
loss.
gave him the win.
Okay, so and so it was the last second overtime.
Last
like if
second
he'd handed it off to Latavius
if
Murray.
Latavius Murray had scored on the previous
you're
play,
a winner.
I would have won.
Correct.
Or if Rodrigo Lopez would have, would have made Blankenship. Sorry, would have made the field goal, I would have won.
And what type of person screen grabs it, texts it to the entire fantasy league, and then thinks that that's not that big of a deal? Like, why would you be so upset by that?
And then
say, but at least your Red Sox won.
It was like that was the part that really got me. Was like, hey, you should still be happy your baseball team won.
No. But who? Because if it's done in my league, in my poker league, it's a provocative act.
It was absolutely an act of war.
The person who texts it out to the group knows it's a provocative act and owns it as a provocative act.
Absolutely.
The fact that this guy, it would not even dawn on him that that's a provocative act.
Not even dawn on him.
That's so annoying. Like, I wouldn't want to talk to that person again either.
Yeah. I would say this. Neither one of you could play in my fantasy football league. If that upsets you that much, you couldn't play in our league.
It wasn't even that. It was the comment of
own it as a provocative act.
But also it was the comment of, hey, at least the Sox won.
Yeah, exactly. I'll show you some of our texts. We've been together for 21 years, and I know you have. There's nothing off limits, and no one gets mad, and we say some wild stuff to each other.
Well, we're back here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Okay.
With our radio audience back here, 844-204-RICH, number to dial. We were just talking about Brockman losing in his fantasy, being up by 44, only to lose on that last overtime last touchdown of week 5.
Last one.
They got you.
Got me.
What's your record, Chris?
The guy who got you.
1-4.
You're 1-4. So you
needed
this in the worst way.
So bad.
That's what it is. He's one of that. Okay.
No, but he's 1-4. He needs it in the worst way. And the guy who comes back from 44 down screen grabs.
If you were 3-2, would you have had the same reaction?
He's probably just because of who it was.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. But the reason why you don't like the guy as to who it was is because he's the type of person who screen grabs beating you, sends it to the entire 14-team league, and does not view that as a provocative act.
Like, why is he so mad?
Why would he be so mad? It's just like
the Red Sox won. You should be
in
happy.
my league or in your league, right? That's like you said, you couldn't be in my league if you have a problem with that. I have a problem with the person sending it not knowing, being so clueless as to why that would be viewed as a provocative act, as opposed to like, well, okay, if that's the way you feel.
Right,
like,
yeah, exactly.
No, it's like you're the a-hole, not me.
Like, you lobbed this bomb first, so you can't get mad when my reaction.
His reaction, your reaction was over the top.
Way over the top.
With a lot of F-bombs. And don't ever talk to me again, right?
And then I actually, funny thing is, I sent all the, F you, F the Ravens, F the Colts, and their crappy kicker. I was just
that's a Patriot stuff.
I was just like going out and everything. And then I actually sent a follow-up like a couple minutes later of, you know what? Don't ever talk to me again.
Okay. Yeah. I was 0-4 in this poker league, that I'm in. As you know, I play poker every Thursday nights here in Los Angeles. Have for 18 straight years. Yeah. On occasion we can't make it, but like last week. So this Thursday is going to be big.
Right.
If I had lost to go 0-5, Do you understand what it would be like when I walk in the door and I don't win a week? It's just like, here comes Mr. NFL.
0-5.
Oh, and Mr. NFL, what do you know about football? Yeah. Like some guy who beats me auto picking has the ability to say to me, what do you know about football? Yeah, it's like, what do you know? And it's just and I have to, when I lose, truly, and I feel like I'm knock on wood, health in my family, and beautiful wife and smart wife and 3 beautiful smart kids, and I literally have to sit there and remind myself of that stuff when I lose a fantasy week. It is that off kilter. It's weird. So if somebody screen grabs a victory that they just had over me and sends it to me, I can handle that, TJ. Mm-hmm. What I can't handle is like my responsibility. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was bad. That's not acceptable. You should quit this league, Chris. Honestly, all your college friends, really, how many of them do you really care about? Let's get into it. All right? When it's all said and done, how many do you really like deep down care about? How many of them that you like invite to your?
I can't.
You know what I mean?
That.
Like, honestly,
I can't.
You're entering that phase of life where you got a kid now, you've got a relationship, you got lots going on. Like when it comes down to it, you don't have time for this stuff. So you can start tightening the rotation. It's like the playoffs. It's like the playoffs. Somebody who's like your 10th best friend wins the playoffs. That person doesn't play. It's DNP, Chris Brockman decision.
I will say there are a handful that I literally only talk to at the draft.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You should quit this. Quit it. You don't have to be in it.
I'm not going to quit, but I was not happy on Monday. I was not happy.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.